Konnichiwa and welcome to the 449th podcast of the NC Rowan Anime Group. My name is Robert Clow and I'm currently the president of the group. For some time now I've been talking about this anime and we finally got it into the Rowan Public Library today, The Garden of Words. Now this was done by the same person who did Voices from a Distant Star, The Child Who Chases Lost Voices from Below, and I'm going to go home tonight. Before I do that, I've got to stop by the store and pick me up a bag of popcorn and drinks, and I'm just going to have a jolly good watch through. And this was put out by Semi-Works. I also went by the Rockwell branch and picked up Witches and Wizards. And this is a manga book, and I'm going to go and read through it. And it's got some nice illustrations. I've just got to take the time to just watch it. Now, recently I've been stopping by the library. I noticed that we have some anime series that's not been picked up, but I'm going to highly recommend this anime series. We have the complete box series of it, and I'm talking about The Prince of Tennis. And it's a wonderful series. Recommended age for it, I would have to say at least 12 up, and it's a nice series about kids playing tennis. Now, I've been reading some reviews online about the Heroes of Crossplay. Now, this is a show that's being shown on the Sci-Fi Channel on Tuesday night at 10:30. And to quote an old friend, James Austin, "Gag, choke, die, jump into a grave and cover yourself up." These reviews have been horrible that I've been reading about the Heroes of Crossplay, but there's a problem with it. I don't know if the series is that bad or if the people who are writing these reviews are just jealous because they're not in the Heroes of Crossplay. It's quite confusing. For myself, I'm not a fan of reality-based shows. Not my cup of tea at all. But if you hate it that bad, email me and I'll send you a list, at least 400 anime titles that you can go and watch. Also too, I want to talk about today about being a leader. Now, this is a very interesting subject which I've talked before at panels at anime conventions. But the first thing I want to talk about as far as being a leader is having an idea of what you want done. There's this scene in a movie called Stars and Stripes Forever. It's based off of the life of John Philip Azusa very loosely. But in this one scene, Azusa goes up and he just finished leaving the army, putting together his first band. There's this trumpet player sitting there. He says, "Okay, I want you to play this piece." The trumpet player goes up and he plays the piece. He does an okay job. Then Azusa says, "Can I borrow your trumpet? Can you play it like this?" And he plays the tune. The trumpet player gets mad because Azusa, what he did, he upbeated the music just a little bit and gave it a more life sound to it. So the trumpet player grabs the trumpet, he just storms out, he's just upset and everybody's laughing at him. But I do understand the relevance of that scene because with being a leader, you sometimes have to have a choice about what you want to see done and you want it done that way. Now, it doesn't always mean it's the right way. I have made plenty of mistakes in my life as far as being a leader, and I have paid the consequences for my mistakes. But if you have a certain vision that's the way you want to see it done, you want to see it done. The next thing we're going to talk about is integrity. This is another important part of being a leader. Let's say if I'm going to be at a anime convention or any type of convention and I commit to it, better be putting your money on the thing. I'm going to be there unless something very bad happens to me or the weather doesn't permit and there's something that just really went wrong. I'll be there. It's like what I told somebody one time in a letter. If we say the next day the NC Rowan Anime Group is going to have a band coming led by a literal descendant of John Philip Azusa, get ready people, here comes the band. The next thing I'm going to talk about is caring. And it's the hardest lesson of all at times. There's this wonderful scene in Fruits Basket where Shigure is talking to Tora Honda. And they're having this nice little discussion. And she's just invited two friends to spend the night over at the Soma home. And he says this wonderful line, "Tora, these friends of yours are important to you, so they are important to us." There is a valuable lesson to be learned in that little quote, that we should take the time out to care about what people are doing. And if they're important to them, we should take an interest in it. You may actually learn something about it. I remember a good friend of mine, Susan Houck, she was on an archaeological dig. They actually found a Spanish outpost up in the mountains of North Carolina, and they're thinking it's part of Cortez's bunch. So things like that can, be educational. And so take an interest sometimes of what your friends are interested in. Okay, for our next event, which will be this coming Wednesday, our third annual Jake Pop Night will be in the Hurley Room at the main library from 6 to 8:30. Then on September the 14th, we will be at the Salisbury Mall from 9 to 3 for the Salisbury Mall Community Day. We hope you can attend that as well. Then September the 29th, we will be meeting at Whitley Flames in the conference room from 6 to 8 to watch Black Cat. This is the one that was put out by Funimation, recommended age 12 up. Then on October the 27th, we will be meeting again at Whitley Flames in the conference room from 6 to 8 for Rosary Plus the Vampire. Well, I hope that you enjoyed watching this podcast today, and may you have a very good day. Goodbye.